Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Lunch Money. I'm your host, Gina Savage, along with host Christy Miller.
What's up?
We are. What's up? We are your new noon, but we're not so new anymore.
No, we're kind of
like whatever.
We're kind of like, last season.
We're kind of like your new meh. Meh.
We're like
meh. They're on.
Yeah.
Those two are on.
Yeah, it's like we were in fashion and now we're on the clearance rack, ready for the next season. Yeah.
Speaking of clearance rack, hello.
Ow.
Yeah, that was on the clearance rack, no doubt.
Clearance.
I'm not ashamed.
Hey, a bargain's a bargain. Fuck yeah.
76 cents.
Who did you sleep with to get that kind of money?
That's what it's coming down to. I'm like, do you have any sense? Like nickels, dimes, I'll take some cents.
I'll blow you for a quarter. How about that?
Cut rate action.
I know. I'm ready to hang out with these homeless guys on the corner with a cup. Shaking my cup.
There was a guy that used to come around a club that I used to run. And every night I would give him $1. Now you think about that. That's at a minimum if I do that.
Right.
That's $30 a month. He's got like however many people that he did. And the guy had better sneakers than I did.
Oh, how do you think you got those? By scamming people $1 a night.
You get 100 people a day to do that.
Uh-huh.
You get $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah. These guys make more money than we do.
You don't know. Yeah.
Fuck stand up. I'm going to be homeless from now on. Fuck all y'all bitches.
There's something to be said for it.
Yeah.
Not all good, but not all bad.
Yeah. So speaking of stand up, how was your show this weekend?
Well, first of all, no one was homeless. No, we had it was, too bad. No.
Shucks.
No, we had a fabulous show. Gatsby's joint in Fort Lauderdale. Speakeasy. So here's the deal. We had a great time. It's COVID, but we had I think the house was half full rather than half empty, right?
See, always looking at the bright side. See,
half full. And when the time comes and people start going out more and more, I mean, look, I know people have a lot of different things about it, but the show itself, socially distant, everyone had masks, the staff at Gatsby's, professional masks, everybody's doing the right thing, it's such a pleasant vibe. And the show itself was, I think Esther Koo, end of story right there. Like you got Esther.
Oh, yeah, Esther Koo.
But there was a great crew around her. We had Mikey G. I don't know if he wants me to use his last name, so I'm just gonna say Mikey G. I went on.
Yes, Gina S. Gina G.
Gina. I went on. I wasn't half bad.
Because you were
I was half good.
Yes.
I was half full of goodness.
I was half good, baby.
And then we had James Altucher. I think it's the correct pronunciation.
Well, I'm going to bougie him up and call him
adoring him more and more. I am loving him more and more. I have to say that in case he's listening. Oh, no, I have to say, no, truly, I am really like...
Ass. That's all I ever heard.
I really
kiss ass.
He just knows how to really assess the room. And
nice.
he's just pleasant as fuck. So, right. So then you have him, and then this really funny guy who I only met down here, Clyde Gordon.
Nice.
And we had a guest spot. I can't mention it that she was there, but we had a guest, and for reasons that I don't want to get into. It's not some clandestine thing. It's just she just preferred that I not say that she was there. Now it leaves intrigue. Are you frozen?
Nope. I'm just like.
Okay.
Who cares about this bitch then?
No, it's a good thing. No. I was helping her out with the situation.
No,
that's very good for her.
I'm teasing.
And, yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah, so it was a good time. And I got some lamb chops out of it.
Lamb chops. See, when I hear the word lamb chops, I think of those little sideburns from the rockabilly guys, you know, with the lamb chops, you know,
See, that's what
like
you
the
think of,
Elvis
and I
Presley lamb chops.
lamb chops. Yeah, you think of that. I think of that. What was that puppeteer's name?
Oh, Sherry Lewis.
Sherry Lewis and Lamb Chop, and that was like her departure year. I must have been a tiny tot back then.
I
Um,
loved Sherry Lewis and lamb chop. The original
Lamb Chop.
Jeff Dunham.
Somehow she didn't seem nearly as nuts, though. I mean, even then.
No. She was on The
I,
Nanny in the 90s when The Nanny was on network. Oh, my favorite.
I
Fran
don't remember.
Drescher. Live.
Really?
She did an episode of The Nanny and it was hysterical.
Mm.
She was so great. She's so funny. And everything Miss Sherry Lewis. Yes.
Yes. So yes, I had some killer lamb chops. Everyone seemed happy. I had some surprised folks coming in, surprised people that, we say they're coming, they're not coming. But overall, it's only the second time,
Supplies.
right? It's only the second time I've produced there. And you would think, like, because I'm so like in it, because I know how you have to really plug stuff. People
Right.
are like, how's your space? So I'm like, first of all, it's not my space. It's like, everybody thinks you have, no, I produce.
And we are frozen because my internet sucks. We are frozen because my internet sucks. My ball Spectrum can go to hell. Hey, that's on my new album. Spectrum can go to hell. Woo! All right, we're having a little technical difficulties. So,
Thought.
okay.
You're back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
hi. I was singing
It's okay.
Cher song. So,
So
I'll
you
cut all
may
that.
see, yeah. Well, here's what I noticed, because when we had technical glitches before, I would say you were gone and you thought I was gone. It's weird what's happening when that happens. So I don't know who's gonna. I asked our studio audience if they thought you were coming back.
Our studio audience.
Our non-studio audience.
Now, just
Yeah,
know when it freezes, because Spectrum can go to fucking hell. Spectrum can suck my taint, and I have a vagina, so they can search for it under my valve lips and suck it hard. When it goes away, because I'm hosting it on my computer, you freeze. So I'm fine.
You're not. Sometimes you're not. Like on my end, you freeze.
No, you're not listening. It's when we record it and it goes up, because I'm hosting it. Right. You will be frozen. I'm on my computer, so I'm not connected. The only way that the internet is connecting you to me. So on the playback, we're disconnected. So there you go.
Well, okay, we're boring everyone to death. They've all tuned out. I was talking about lamb chops and steak and shit like that, and it was where did we go from there?
We were disconnected.
Well, needless to say, so I say it again.
So anyway, we're talking about the space and the show. And
it was a good time.
Yeah.
And I have another one coming up on the 17th. And I was talking about producing shows. So I used to give, like, if it was a new producer, I'd say, well, you can't ever tell sometimes from the first show. The first show could be like a slamming show, or it could be a sucky show.
Yeah.
The second one is usually the telltale sign, like, is it getting better, or did it diminish? And the third one, so if by the third show it hasn't, I hope I'm not giving this guy cause to like kick me out if I don't have people at that third one.
I doubt that.
That's the rule though.
Yeah.
But I doesn't have people. Yeah.
I doubt that. But there's always the sophomore jinx, and then the third time's a charm.
This is COVID. So I don't think any rules apply right now.
If you have more than 19 people, you win. COVID-19
if you have
people.
Three more than the staff, you win.
Hey, if you could double the staff, or if you have one customer per staff, fuck yeah.
Oh, totally. We did that. No, it was fun. And there was a gentleman I believe, and I'm not going to say his name, but I think he was the original founder of PETA, the PETA movement.
Aww.
And his partner there, a lovely woman, they came to the show, and his name was used in an episode of Jeopardy. Like,
sure
who founded this organization?
Yeah.
And the founder of this organization, what was the organization? And it was PETA. So we like him.
Or if you were in Boston,
and his girlfriend or what?
Yeah, and if you're in Boston, they'll just think you're saying Peter. PETA!
PETA! Yeah. Anyway,
speaking of Bostonians, Joe Rogan, the GOAT, is back in the news.
Thank you for alerting me to that. I did look at that.
I had nothing else to do. So.
Okay. So why don't you tell the kids or adults, whoever's listening, what Joe is up to?
Well, apparently he's getting a lot of flack from the left. He gets flack from everybody, from every side, from every angle. So that way, he's keeping it on an even level. Everybody gets mad at him, which is great. He doesn't care. He likes crazy people. He likes to talk about deep issues that really push the buck. He likes to make people think. He also likes to focus it on crazy people and see how their brain ticks and what makes them think that way. So that's why he has psychos like Alex Jones and Elon Musk, all these psychopaths, and that Ben Shapiro guy. He has them on his show because they're crazy, and he just likes to find out what makes them tick. And it's also great for ratings. He's not an idiot, He's not an idiot. He's not like, oh, I'm only one side, because he's very progressive, and he's like us, he's old school, and the thing is that, like, some people say, oh, he's so far right, or he's left, or he's progressive. He's just Joe. He's just like for everybody. He wants everybody to win. So cut to all that. He likes to push boundaries and get deep into weird subjects. So right now he's getting a lot of flack for talking about transgenders and the transgenderism amongst children. And when is it too young? When, is anything influencing them in the house? And he was talking about this, and there was some woman on his show that wrote a book about it. Right. And I was laughing. I didn't see the whole thing, so I didn't watch it, but I saw a clip of it, and I'm just like, this woman is not transgender. She's a straight white woman, and she's talking about transgenderism, but I don't know her backstory. She could have a kid, who knows? But it's a touchy subject, and there's really no soft or easy way to talk about it. So everybody, you mentioned the word transgender, they're going to flip out.
Yeah. Okay. So I read the article, by the way. That article, it came out in the Post, right?
Yeah.
And it was written by the writer was this, I want to say, Rav Aurora, and he's 19 years old. So that was fascinating to me right there. And I'm also going to say, look at how well written this is.
He tried a complete sentence.
This makes sense, and how well put together. Like, who am I? Like, I don't know.
Was it written in crayon?
No, but he actually quoted a journal. Okay, I've never, Joe Rogan, and I don't know Joe. I don't think I've ever worked with Joe, which is odd. And, I don't know what Joe's rep is. I don't know what the women of comedy specifically think about Joe.
Love him. Love him.
Huh?
They love him.
Okay, that's fabulous. Okay, but that doesn't, it wouldn't, see, for me, like Joe, right? Because now I'm like, why did I hear that he was not a good dude and I just didn't listen to it? I have never once listened. I feel sacrilege to say it. I've never once listened to Joe Rogan, right? Not one time. And now this article makes me want to, for precisely the reasons that this article proclaims and what you just said.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. Oh, and the quote from the article, which I love.
Yes.
So this journalist, Glenn Greenwald, said, and I like it, and I'm going to quote it from the New York Post, which I can't believe, but this is like from Rob's writing.
Right.
In a world of scripted orthodoxy, right?
Yes.
And partisan dogma, it's easy to see why his show resonates for millions. Because how about let us hear it all?
Yeah.
Let us hear it.
Yeah.
You.
Yes.
Can we hear it? Could we all stop getting fed bullshit and decide for ourselves and hear it and you know,
and that's what he does. He wants to hear everybody's side.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to see where everybody's coming from and just lay it on the table and let people be fucking grown-ups and pick themselves up by the vagina or the balls and make a fucking grown-up decision for yourself.
Yeah. Agreed. So that said, you know what I didn't know is that he got 100 mil for the Spotify deal.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Who knows what's gonna happen with lunch money? You're new.
Hey, listen, what do we got? Like 20 views? Dude, watch out, Joe. We're right behind you, homie. I'm coming for you, Joe.
He already had, look, he had, we're coming for you.
Yep.
I feel like
we're right on your tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're trying to jump on your coattail.
Lick our dust or something.
Hey, Gina, there goes this coattail. Quick, grab it.
But I mean, it sounds like, you know, like just, you know, he sounds like, I'm like, isn't Switzerland like neutral, right? Switzerland's the neutral. He sounds like Switzerland. He's all Switzerlandy.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100 mil.
Yeah.
Does he have a girlfriend? I'm not asking for myself.
Oh, he's married, has a couple kids.
See how little I pay attention?
Yeah. Well, I'm
in my own little selfish world.
I've known Joe since I got to the Comedy Store in 1995. So my 10 years at the store before I moved here, I saw Joe every fucking night of my life. So Joe is part of my Comedy Store family. So, you know, from 95 to 2005, I was around him every fucking night at the store.
So you got to see like, you know.
For 10 years.
You got to see him. Yeah. Was he nice and respectful of you?
Yeah, we were like, because we're so much alike. Mm-hmm. So we'd either be really close and lovey and like so tight, and then we'd fight about something. I'm like, God, this is like fighting with my fucking male alter ego. Like, but I love him and he loves me. That I know. He's great. He's always respectful. That is one dude who has one of the most, has the biggest integrity when it comes to comedy. He's the one, you know, who outed Carlos Mencia. We used to fight, you know, we used to like talk about it. He'd freak out, you know, that Carlos was stealing jokes. This is way back in the day. Right. And then finally, like, he was doing his little YouTube show when YouTube first came out, and Red Band would follow him around with a camera. And this is right after I moved to New York. And he finally got on tape and got on stage with Carlos. It's a big phase. This is what blew Joe Rogan out of, you know, just being like the host of Fear Factor and the guy from News Radio, and actually put him on the map as a podcaster, like back in the very beginning. And that's when he started his Joe Rogan experience back then, with just him and Red Band and just following around the Comedy Store with a camera. But this is a guy who has so much integrity about comedy, who's a huge fan of comedy. He loves good comedy. And when you're good, he lets you know. He fucking gives you mad props. And he doesn't give a fuck if you're a male or a female. If you're funny, you're funny. He's that guy. And it's like a rarity. So it's nice to see someone like him get all what he's got, because he's what everybody should be like when it comes to working in this business.
No, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
That's really good to hear, because there's so much that's not so good to hear.
Yeah. There's a lot not good to hear. So it's nice to have, you know, I don't think Joe Rogan gives a fuck about me anymore, because I haven't seen him in a long time, but
you don't know that. He's, you know, I mean, it's obviously, like, here's the thing, like, I've been, you know, either I'm in a shit mood because of COVID or whatever. Or, you know, and I think that's everybody. Like, I talk to people all day. They're in this mood or that mood. Either I'm in a shitty mood, or I'm in a, you know, please enlighten me, God, you know, with where you would have me be, dear God, where am I to serve you? You know, one of these deals. And then
God goes like this.
God goes, not that.
God does this?
How can I best serve my God? You know, and so I don't know. But I'll tell you what, we're all born with sin. What? I'm losing it. All right, because I'm losing it because of this COVID. Now
you are about as stable as my internet connection.
Which isn't saying much. You know, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. You know, it's funny. People can't tell that I'm losing. Didn't you tell me something today? People can't tell that I'm losing.
No,
I've got a face.
Yeah,
that just doesn't look like it's losing it.
And you also have a voice that doesn't sound like someone who's losing it. You know what I mean?
You would not know.
No. You would not know. Savage.
The inner losing it. That is me. But
oh
yeah,
my God, I'm losing it. Keep it poised. Keep it poised. Brush your hair. Brush your hair. Brush your hair. Oh my God. Don't look left. Look left. Don't look left. Go to the beach. I want to go to the beach tonight. Oh my God. You can't go there.
Literally. All day.
Oh, man.
The only time.
The voices in my head sound like Cher. Hey, what are you doing now, sweetie?
I know I've brought it up.
Why are you having a sexy senior citizen coffee cup? You're not old.
My dad's. He passed away, and now look, I like that. I wanted to just look. The set. I'm telling you, if we don't get the Venmo cash, we got to figure that out. But let's move on. We
yeah.
You know, obviously, the weekend has passed, and it's always a Saturday Night Live thing, and you know, I always like to bring that up when we have the opportunity. So, what did Pete Davidson do? Pete did something.
Yeah, and I saw the article, and I got busy on shit and forgot to watch it because that's what
I did watch it.
Okay, good. Talk to me.
Okay, I wasn't like you just like talking about how Staten Islanders were pussies because they're protesting these businesses that want to close down, like that want to like do like COVID, like outdoor versus the indoor. Whatever. I mean,
Staten Island is the babyface Finster of New York. I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. You know, remember the baby and Bugs Bunny? I want an Easter egg. I want an Easter egg. They are.
But I would be thinking the reverse. I would be thinking that they'd want their bars and restaurants open. They're saying
no. What it is they want them open, and because they're in an orange zone, they can't have indoor dining. So one of the bars was having complete indoor dining. They're serving drinks, they're serving food. Everybody was maskless. So the sheriffs came up at 10 o'clock and arrested the owner and shut him down, slapped him with a bunch of fines, and everybody went crazy. So there was a protest. And of course, everybody's maskless, bitching about the fact that they can't make a living. Well, yeah, none of us can. So suck it up, Buttercup, and put on a fucking mask, and maybe we can go back inside, you idiots. So the guy gets out, and his lawyer gets him out, whatever, and he opens because they're allowed to be open, but it's for takeout only, and you know what I mean, and curbside pickup. That's all it's for right now. They're in an orange zone. They're like at 10% infection rate. They have a field hospital they had to build out there because the hospitals are full. So it's like, okay, so now they opened up again. And went by there. The sheriff saw him at 10 o'clock. There was people in and out, eating and drinking inside, no masks. So the sheriff went up to the guy as he was leaving the bar and said, you know, slap him with some fines, or, you know, dude,
right, I got it.
You're
okay.
So anyway, so the guy, the owner, hits the sheriff with his car and drives 100 yards down the street with the sheriff hanging from the hood.
Are you freaking kidding me?
No,
that wasn't in the article I read.
Well, it's all over the news here. And now his lawyer is saying the sheriff is lying about that. And they have video footage to prove the sheriff is lying, but they're not allowed to show it to anybody. Okay, Ghoul-iani. Is that the Ghoul-iani
all the time?
Yeah, where you? I'm laughing. I'm like,
what? You can't post that on Facebook? I was at that thing and I saw this and boom.
No, because it doesn't exist. It's like because it really happened. The sheriff is in the hospital with minor injuries. He's going to be fine, but he's got injuries from that happening. So it's like, okay, what is? So it's like I can't. Like I understand people. This is I don't know. I can't. I can't. I'm done. I'm half empty.
Okay, so
I'm half empty.
I'm not. it's almost like, you know, it's almost like who's going to survive this, not only physically, but mentally at this point, you know? Who is going to survive this? Like, how much inner strength do you have to deal with this bullshit? So,
by the way,
bullshit,
we're at 9 months.
Speaking of bullshit,
we're 9 months in on this, by the way. So COVID has had a baby.
Feels like I've lived like this my whole life now.
Yeah. Well, COVID is now having a baby because it's 9 months. So there you go.
Oh. Well, speaking of COVID and babies and
bullshit.
And bullshit, Rudy Giuliani.
Bullshit.
I wish we had the photo. I wish we had, you know, I wish we had a lot of things. But
you know what, Gina? Let's cut to his picture right now. Hold on. There's his picture. There you go. It's
okay.
There.
He's a fright, isn't he? He has, sadly, well, I don't know. I mean, I should say expectedly, he is now tested, unless it's a hoax, tested positive for COVID.
The interesting thing, I wonder if he got it from his shit dripping. His Just for Men, just 5 minutes, just got COVID. Good night.
Stop it.
So
yeah, that would be my commercial.
The interesting thing is, when Trump got it, he stopped calling it the China virus and actually started calling it coronavirus, COVID-19, like a grown-up, like an actual grown-up for 5 minutes. Now that Giuliani has it, Trump tweeted that he had it, and he's calling it the China virus again. So I'm like, is this a hoax? So I had to look it up. It's like, is he just saying this to deflect for his little bullshit? And I looked it up. He's actually in the hospital in Georgetown, and we'll see. I wonder if he'll get the Trump treatment or the 99% treatment.
Or even if it's true, just like even if the 3 ex-presidents actually get the vaccine, you know, really, truly, are we going to know really and truly that it's the vaccine? Really? I mean, look at me. I'm getting old. Really? But, you know.
Don't get QAnon on me, please. Please don't. I will end this show right now.
We're not going to know. We're just not going to know. And the truth is, like, look, people are getting it now. More people we both know have it. And I don't want to make this whole episode about that. Well, you know.
The good news is Russia started its vaccines today.
Yay.
The UK got theirs, and they're starting Tuesday. And we are starting ours December 15th when our shipment arrives for the frontline workers and the nursing home. Yay! So I think it's beautiful. It's just, you know, we've wiped out other fucking plagues, you know, the bubonic plague, smallpox, you know.
Did we decide that the thing that leaves the mark is the smallpox one?
Is it
the vaccine?
I don't know.
Is it? Or was it polio?
No, that's polio.
Caller,
are you there? Caller, do you know what the mark?
I don't think.
I don't think I have that mark.
Where did it go? Oh, it's so faint now. It's right. You can't see it. It's because I'm tan.
Yes, it's because you're fierce tan. Yeah.
Rubbing it in.
Yeah. It's 39 degrees here today. Suck it.
Yeah. It was about, I think it was around 70 today, but it was kind of overcast. Oh, it was horrible. No. But Rudy had that woman talking about the election fraud.
Oh, wasn't she from Absolutely Fabulous? Wasn't that Ab Fab? Wasn't that, you know, Patsy and Adina? Wasn't she?
Am I really seeing this? Is she fucked up?
Yeah.
Is she messed up? Am I watching this?
Yeah.
And I didn't even watch it all because it looks so insane to me. Like, I just can't even watch these things anymore. Like, is this for real happening?
I watched it.
Wasted?
It was everything. It was everything and more. And it's.
Well, I know on SNL
they tore it up. Yeah, they went there. It was great. I didn't see all of SNL because I did see it. I saw the opener because I looked it up online, and then I came in at the end for the Christmas sketches and the music guests.
That's okay. Well, you can trust that they did a good job on that sketch. They did.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, I know. And yeah.
Well, you know.
Oh, I saw their others. They had a pre-recorded sketch that I lived lived for, because it's like every comic knows this guy, and every comic's inner voice was this whole sketch. It was the sketch where they're watching the game and they're at Pete Davidson, and it's Pete Davidson and what's his face and what's his face and what's his face. I don't know their names anymore.
Yes.
And they're sitting around the couch watching the game, and there's the one guy that tries to nail the joke and he's always late, and he comes in and ruins the joke, and then he's in his dude. Yeah. I lost it on that. I was like, yes, that's every comic's, every good comic's inner voice when they see a shitty comic. It's like, I was like,
true.
Yes, hallelujah. It was so good.
Yeah, I love when people come in. I totally love that when people come into a conversation, or they hear you're all animated or whatever, and they don't know, they can't,
and they ruin
they
it.
won't.
And they're like, what are you
and
doing?
They never will.
Yeah.
But that woman was wasted, and now she's being accused of what now? There's a whole thing with her.
She in the past she put out a video of herself and her boyfriend fucking.
Her boyfriend at the time, perhaps.
Yeah, and the other girl that was with him now, she put this out saying the other girl put a video online of her fucking her boyfriend that her boyfriend had, and was trying to exploit her and get her in trouble because she was mad that the boyfriend dumped her for her. And it turns out she was the one who posted her own sex video because she wanted to get back at them, and now she's claiming it's a shit show.
So I'm going to say two things. First, I don't even know how she plays into the thing. She was testifying on election fraud. Is that what happened?
Yeah, because she saw dead people.
She saw illegal shit, right?
She saw dead people voting, like people actually.
Right. Okay. So
good drugs,
so now
honey.
Clearly, she's not sound mentally, right? And so now we're gonna dredge her up to talk about something, and
of course.
But on top, I gotta feel a little bit. I feel bad for her, honestly.
Really?
I do, because because she is not well, and now her whole personal life has to be a fucking joke. So I do feel a little bit sorry, but hilarious. It made for a good sketch.
Oh, it was great. But remember, the stuff with her boyfriend in the sex video and suing him was before
she
this.
sucks.
Yeah,
she does.
So she brought this on herself, so she could suck it long and suck it hard, and she can. I hope she uploads it with my Spectrum internet.
See, I have to, it's interesting because, because I'm the sucker. I'm the guy that gave the guy $1 every time he passed by the club every day. I don't know how many years of that, sometimes he wouldn't show up, but I am that person that I feel so, and then that's why this is why we're good friends. See, this is why this makes for great daytime talk show shit, because you have to have a friend that tells you, no, you can't adopt that dog.
Oh, you can adopt the dog. You just can't adopt a homeless person. What? Caller, are you there?
What I meant. Caller.
Oh, wait. What's on the shelf?
Here's my theory, though, because SNL did the thing that I really love, which is
that?
They're like, well, we saw aliens take a bunch of ballots, and you know how I feel about lately, it is so bad here on Earth, and I was talking to Zach McGovern, via Instagram stories. That's how I'm talking to people now. Instagram stories.
Hey, 6 feet.
No, that's just hello. You there?
Yeah, I said it's 6 feet. It's safe.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. So, but I am so, disappointed in the planet that I am looking at the stars. I'm every UFO sighting, I'm please let it be real. Please. Because there is no intelligent life on this planet. Except maybe Joe Rogan's podcast now.
Yeah. Hey-oh. See, kids,
hey-oh, way to call it back.
Yeah, that's what we call a callback in comedy, kids.
Yeah.
Hey-oh. Yeah. The old callback-a-rooney.
I don't know. So that's where it's at. I think we're there.
I think we are.
I think that's our half hour.
I think it is.
And I think we've enlightened you to some degree.
Enlighten me, baby.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
And we are not alone.
Are we, though?
They have always been here.
I'm alone right now in this room. See, there's nobody on the chairs.
You don't know. You don't know that.
Dude, get out of here. Go away.
Someone's sitting on the seat.
Oh, don't let them see you on the. Anyway. You up there, zip it. Anyway, I'm alone.
I'm gonna write a book called Aliens on the Shelf.
Alien.
Hey, all right. Well, what's happening the rest of this week for you, and I'll tell you what's going on with me.
What's happening this week? Just another fabulous week of Christy Unleashed with JC Best, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. on govsradio.com. You can come onto the Governor's Radio Facebook page and comment live alongside us. Yeah.
Yes, bitch. Yes. It's a great show. Yes.
And if you miss it because you suck and you're dumb, no, I'm kidding, or you have a life, it also airs Thursdays at noon on YouTube, on my channel, which is,
yeah,
Miller Comedy, C Miller, whatever,
Well, no, say it, because you know what? We want people to subscribe, so say what it is.
Yeah. So it's I think I got 100 subscribers now. I'm very excited because now I can change the URL. Right now, the URL is youtube.com/CMillerComic. So,
great.
Yeah. Or you can
follow
look at C Miller Comedy and it'll pop up, #strongestcomedian, and there I am.
Okay, so follow it, because if you glimpse past the show and you're not like turning it on, but you happen to catch this moment, you can follow Christy and then see Lunch Money on the regular. Yes. And as for me, I'm just continuing to produce. And the next show at Gatsby's Joint is December 17th. Yes. Inadvertently, when I put it on the Eventbrite, whatever site, I had it as 2017, 2021. So that's how tired I am when I do these things. I'm like, the show is on a Friday, and the owner's like, no, it's a Thursday, and I'm like, but I'm certain December 17th is a Friday, and I come home and I'm like, oh, 2021, yeah, it's a Friday in 2021. Yeah. So anyway, I am, so it's a good show. Esther's on it. It's a cuckoo Christmas. Freddie Stebbins, Oscar Colossos, and Josh Rosen, and a surprise, and I mean real surprise guest. So get your tickets on Eventbrite. Yeah, very excited.
Is it the surprise guest you told me about before?
It's that friend of yours that you haven't talked. Yeah.
Okay, if it's
not 100% confirmed. But
buy tickets. If you're in South Florida, go see the show, because my friend who's going to be the surprise guest, he'll show up because he loves to perform.
I hope so.
Is one of the funniest guys on the planet, and you will recognize him from movies and television, and you'll be so happy that you bought tickets and went to the show December 17th. So buy tickets.
Yes, let's hope. So but in comedy, and I like to say this, anything can happen, and I appreciate that I'm sticking to the seat here.
Yes, queen. No underwear. No underwear. Thank you.
That's correct. But
is it like this, G?
But not 100% why. Anyway, sometimes in comedy people have to cancel for good reasons, and usually those reasons are money.
Money.
All right, and so this has been Lunch Money.
This has been Lunch No Money.
Lunch No Money. We'll be back next week.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add, baby?
Yep. We'll see you next Monday and every Monday at 12 noon on Facebook Live and YouTube. Biatches. Whoop. Deuces.